Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Imana Amawe. Coming up on the program, Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, Kogi State Chapter protests against proscription of university union activities. The federal government promises improved welfare package for teachers in the technical education sector. Pharmacists appeal to the federal government for a more investment-friendly environment for local production companies. Welcome to the program that brings you news from the north, south, east and west of Nigeria. We begin today in Kogi State, north-central Nigeria, where the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics is protesting against the proscription of union activities by the state government. The state chairman of ASUP explains that the move by the government will not solve any pending issues relating to their welfare.
4 months ago, Governor Gov Bello of Kogi State proscribed the Academic Staff Union of Universities and its activities in the state. This time, he is banning all forms of unionism in the state-owned tertiary institution.
What have you done?
The state governor lamented the industrial action of the branch of the Joint Action Committee of Trade Unions of Tertiary Institutions owned by Kogi State, despite the government's good intentions.
The Kogi State government finds the state of affairs foisted upon Kogi State by the current gratuitous strike action by JAC in Kogi State Polytechnic, Lokoja, unacceptable. Consequently, the Kogi State government hereby declare all activities of the Joint Action Committee, otherwise known as JAC, of trade unions, of tertiary institutions owned by Kogi State government, as well as all forms of unionism in her tertiary institutions, banned henceforth.
He also directed all law enforcement and security agencies in the state to be vigilant and proactive.
All law enforcement and security agencies in Kogi State are also directed to remain vigilant as usual and be proactive in preventing the breakdown of law and order in any part of the state, whether consequent on this ban or for any reason whatsoever.
Armed with placards to relay their messages, members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities approached the State High Court.
As I've told you, I've not been communicated. I've not even received any notice of proscription. But we had the intention of approaching the courts. This is a constitutional issue, to actually give us an injunction to stop any proscription.
With the academic pursuit of the students at stake, both parties will have to reach an agreement or find a lasting solution in good time.
In the meantime, the Nigerian Union of Teachers in Kaduna State and the state government are trading words over the plans to sack thousands of teachers from the civil service. The NUT has threatened to shut down all public schools if any of its members is dismissed. Reacting to the threat, the State Ministry of Education says the teachers being disengaged failed a competency test set by the Universal Basic Education Board. The NUT also countered this, saying the Teachers Regulatory Council of Nigeria is the only body that can conduct competency tests for teachers.
Those that are already a cancer to the system will be disengaged. There's no doubt about that. The principal has already said that. The governor of the state has already said that. And he didn't just say that out of a vacuum. He said that based on reality on the ground, because if a teacher cannot score even 50% in a test set for primary 4 pupils, are you going to allow him to continue to, de-educate your children, or you will replace him with somebody who will educate your children?
I will not stand here to see quack teachers among us. You understand me? We supported the government that, yes, let's find a means of trying to fish out those people that ordinarily don't have business with us. We went into the field, conducted these very exams, came out with the result, agreed that this is the cutoff mark. For every teacher that wants to call himself a teacher, this is the cutoff mark. You will bear me witness that of recent we have had it in the media that the cutoff mark is supposed to be 75% against what we all agree with the government.
While there's more news on teachers, the federal government hopes to get more of them to teach technical education. According to the government, there will be a lot of attention on training and other incentives through the National Business and Technical Education Board to drive national development. The Minister of State for Education, Professor Anthony Anwoka, made this announcement in Benin City, the Edo State capital.
A symposium featuring various stakeholders in the Nigerian education sector at the National Business and Technical Examinations Board, NABTEB headquarters in Benin City, the Edo State capital. According to the experts, a nation's economic progress is largely dependent on its skilled workforce. Hence, the need to reposition technical education and vocational training in Nigeria. The registrar, NABTEB, Professor Ifoma Isugu Abanihe, underscores the values of the body's certificates.
NABTEB qualifications provide distinct advantages due to their high relevance, both at the world of work, provision of access to tertiary education.
There are goodwill messages from partner institutions.
From the beginning of this session, every certificate of NABTEB is listed on the website of JAMB.
A keynote speaker, Professor Godswill Obioma, restates the federal government's plans to promote skills acquisition.
With the landscape of dwindling employment in the formal sector, it has become pertinent that even graduates from universities, polytechnics, and other higher education institutions should acquire skills that will improve their employability.
On his part, the Minister of State for Education, Professor Anthony Anwoka, urges NABTEB to play a crucial role in nation building.
Their charge is to give this country a viable middle class that will drive our national development. In all developed countries, it's the middle class that drives the development in those nations. Our drive is to make sure we have quality teachers in our school system. And the way we can get quality teachers is to make sure that there are incentives for people to venture into the teaching profession.
After 25 years of service, NABTEB believes it has the capacity to change the perception that technical education is mainly for school dropouts.
In the meantime, the National Universities Commission has issued a certificate of recognition for the establishment of a University of Science and Technology in Gombe State. The Executive Secretary of the Commission, Professor Abubakar Rashid, believes the institution will be the driving force for a resource-based economy. Views echoed by the Gombe State Governor.
The establishment of a University of Science and Technology to complement the Gombe State University will undoubtedly help greatly in this direction. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, government and people of Gombe State are desirous of and committed to the establishment of the new institution. Experts are of the opinion that the long-term solution to insurgency is the rapid development of education, which will improve the skills, knowledge, and all potentials of individuals to bring about economic development. I would like to reassure you that we are ready to expand and meet the requirement of your commission and any other professional body.
We are aware that as a country, Nigeria needs, and Nigeria is on the road of seamless transition from a resource-based economy to a knowledge-based economy. We cannot have a knowledge-based economy without heavy investment in higher education.